good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, whenever you find yourself watching this video. Today we have another Kershaw, which I have inadvertently purchased more than one of. I think I have two. I'll have to check the boxes. I may have three. Hell, Kershaws are so inexpensive. In the feeding frenzy of whatnot buying, sometimes I get a little carried away and forget that I've already purchased one. So, what can you say? This is the Kershaw Avert, as I mentioned. This knife is about 4.5 inches with the scale, has a reversible pocket clip, no back spacer to speak of. This is a stabilized wood, and it's wood that is basically infused with resin and like an epoxy resin. So it's essentially environmentally secure, if you would. This guy is going to be utilizing the Kershaw SpeedSafe opening system. Top flipper tab with some mild jimping will open the blade. Large 3 inches and change reverse tanto stonewash blade, very sharp. I'm trying to see where we have our blade steel. I believe this is D2, but no, this is not D2. This is 8CR13 MOV, Chinese steel, budget steel, easy to sharpen, stainless, holds an edge relatively well. It is what, this knife is somewhere around 20-25 bucks. You can find it anywhere. You can find it on Amazon. Kershaw has them. Lots of sellers on the Whatnot app have them. So, let's look at the total length first. We'll just knock that out. It's a good medium-sized knife. It's right at 8 inches, a little less, maybe 7.3, but fairly good size. A good working knife. There's this little detail in the wood handle, stabilized wood handle. It's got some nice contours to it. The ergos feel really good. With this reverse tanto blade, it gives it a sort of an aggressive look, but this is an aggressive shop knife. It's not going to ever be something that I would rely on for self-defense or offensive purposes, No. But then this knife will open a ton of boxes. It will cut zip ties. It will do things that you need around your shop or house. The handle material, it's smooth, but they put that groove right in a great spot to make it feel very secure in the hand. Again, I'm really particular about handle scales and texture. I like textured scales. I like them to really lock my hand in. The shape of this guy makes it so that it kind of negates some of my concerns. Now, I will say I prefer pivot hardware to be flush with the scale. This one is not. You could, let's see, you could see that were not flush. And also with this one, I think the jimping needs to be extended, but that's more of a personal preference. There's no jimping on the spine. You know, steel liners, liner lock, perfectly centered there. Easy action with that speed assist or SpeedSafe. So a nice knife, nice budget knife, good size, but it'd be more of a working knife than a anything else for me. As I mentioned in other Kershaw videos, Kershaw has just a gigantic number of knife offerings. So every size or shape that you could want, they have, I'm sure. Now this knife, what would I like to see differently? I would like to see some jimping on the spine, more jimping on when I say spine, I'm talking about the scales, this sort of, if we're calling this entire surface here a spine, I would want more jimping here. And the jimping is very mild, so maybe a little bit more aggressive jimping. Some jimping here, maybe some jimping here, but again, keeping in mind what I would use this knife for. I don't ever conceive of having to hold it in a reverse grip. But if there were some jimping at least extended to here, it could provide a little more control. Pleasantly surprised, you know, I saw this. I think this is my first Kershaw pocket knife that has this stabilized wood, and it's actually a pleasant surprise. The wood itself, while being smooth, it has a grippiness to it. So so I'm not going to brutalize Kershaw on that. So it's a good looking knife with that wood presentation. What do you guys think? Anybody have an Avert? Like I said, it's a very budget-minded offering from Kershaw, so it's not going to be something that's hard to. Certainly, it's easy to afford this guy, but you know, is this something you would carry as a work knife? And that's sort of the question. It's certainly sharp enough. I imagine you could cut carpeting and things like that with it, but with the 8CR 13 MOV, while they market it as good edge retention, you know, this guy's going to get dull relatively quick if you're cutting harsh materials. It's just the way of the world. But you can put an edge back on it really quick. Keep that in mind. Something to consider. So anyhow, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Want to shout out the Crazy Knife Lady. She is a seller on Whatnot. I got this knife from her. She's very, very sweet, very nice. If you go to Whatnot, check out her stream. She has a lot of budget-minded knives on there, so you might find something for a super deal, and that you know that would suit your fancy. So, with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, and hit the bell to be alerted for new videos. I've been very, very consistent about Monday, Wednesday, and Friday video releases, and I hope to continue that. I still have a pile of knives to review. Any requests? Anybody want to see more Kershaw? You want to see a different brand? I have a ton of different things that I'm looking at, and I'm also in talks with certain knife makers to get some more custom type knives on the channel that are deserving the exposure and recognition. And some of them I just can't afford, and they're sending me loaners to check out and review. So, you know, higher end knives are coming to the channel. I just may not own them. So with that being said, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Until next time, take care.